If you ever wanted to take a time machine to a specific year of gaming, well, now's your chance. Ladies and gentlemen, the Virtual Wizard presents Gaming in 1991. Enjoy.
1991. Such an amazing, interesting year. Michael Jordan had just won his first NBA title, Terminator 2 was in theaters, and the Super Nintendo was released in North America. But earlier that year, a popular arcade game was also released, and that was Street Fighter 2. It shook the world and brought fighting games to a whole new level forever. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were so many other titles to choose from. Super Mario World, Streets of Rage, Final Fight, Pilotwings, F-Zero, but there was one game that was stuck in my heart, and that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time. Released in March of '91, this Konami 4-player beat-em-up juggernaut was a force to be reckoned with. I mean, of course it was, considering its 1989 predecessor was such a huge success. And I'm pretty sure it took over every pizza shop in America and guaranteed to make kids like me at the time beg their parents for quarter after quarter until it was released for the Super Nintendo the following year.
I mean, that was awesome. So many dope titles that came out in 1991. But when the summer hit of that year, specifically in June, a special character came into play for the Sega generation. I'll give you a hint. He's a little too quick. Check it out.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts was a tough platformer for the Super Nintendo and was really brutal. You play as Arthur, and what's really crazy about this game, and is definitely a spoiler alert, is that in order to complete the game, you must beat it twice. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Beat it twice. You complete it as you travel all the way back to the beginning of the game and obtain the Goddess Bracelet to defeat Sardius, the final boss. This is guaranteed to be very frustrating and will use up a whole lot of continues, so good luck. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past was another hot title released in 1991 in Japan and was eventually released in North America the following year. In this game you play as Link, as he journeys to save Hyrule, defeat the Dark Lord Ganon, and rescue the descendants of the Seven Sages. I love the colors in this game, and the overhead RPG look was pretty cool too. Troubleshooter, originally released in Japan as BattleMania, is a scrolling shooter developed and published by Vic Tokai for the Genesis and Mega Drive in 1991. A combat operative, Madison, is assigned to rescue a prince who has been taken hostage. Players assume control over Madison, who is accompanied at all times by her partner, Crystal. Unlike Madison, Crystal can flip firing positions, allow her to fire behind Madison, and is invulnerable to all enemy fire. You can choose up to 4 different types of power-ups that will leave you blown away with nothing but action. Troubleshooter is definitely a must-have and is very unique in my opinion. Battletoads is a video game media franchise by Rare that began with the original beat-em-up game Battletoads in 1991. Starring 3 anthropomorphic toads named after skin conditions, rash, zits, and pimple, the series was created to rival the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The series as a whole has been quite popular with 5 installments up to this date. At its apex, the series also spawned initial Battletoads game for the NES was renowned for its difficulty, but also received a cult following and spawned sequels for various platforms, including a crossover with the Double Dragon series. In each of the games, the objective is to defeat the Toad's nemesis, the Dark Queen, and her army of space mutants. Fighting areas require the Toads to punch enemies to weaken them, then finish them off with a smash hit, a technique that usually involves comical transformations, such as giant boots to bash enemies off the screen. Occasionally, the Toads can use their tongues to snag life-replenishing flies and can also find extra lives in level warps. This game is not easy and has 13 stages of hell. Super Castlevania IV features expanded play control, 16-bit graphics featuring SNES mode, and a soundtrack featuring new pieces and arrangements based on previous Castlevania music. Following the same setting as Castlevania on the NES, the game takes place in 1691 Transylvania, where the vampire hunter Simon Belmont must defeat the vampire Dracula. The game received critical acclaim, with some calling it one of the greatest video games of all time. Fun fact about this Konami classic is that it was released on Halloween 1991, which was the absolute perfect date.
At Chuck E. Cheese's, kids never sing the blues.
Yeah, pretty nostalgic commercial, right? Well, Chuck E. Cheese is the first place that I saw this amazing game, The Simpsons Arcade, a beat-em-up also developed and published by Konami. It was the first video game based on the Simpsons franchise to be released in North America. The game allows up to 4 players to control members of the Simpson family, Bart, Lisa, Homer, and Marge, as they fight various enemies in order to rescue the kidnapped Maggie. The game was ported to the Commodore 64 and MS-DOS soon after its launch in the arcades, and was released as the Simpsons Arcade game on those platforms as well. While walking through downtown Springfield, the Simpsons collide with Smithers, who has just stolen a large diamond from the jewelry shop from Mr. Burns. The diamond goes flying and lands in Maggie's possession. Now it's up to the Simpsons to rescue Maggie with 8 levels of enemies and insane bosses, which features so many characters from the famous TV show. Yep, I'm a huge wrestling fan, which means that I've played WWF WrestleFest numerous times, an arcade game by Technos. The game features 10 selectable characters: Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, and Big Boss Man as they return from WWF Superstars, its predecessor. Jake the Snake Roberts, Earthquake, Mr. Perfect, Sergeant Slaughter, Demolition Smash, and Demolition Crush are available as new characters, with Legion of Doom, Hawk, and Animal making an appearance, unfortunately, as a non-selectable boss tag team. The game adds support for up to 4 simultaneous players and the ability to insert more credits into the machine to buy energy. This game is probably one of my favorite wrestling games of all time. Terminator 2 Judgement Day, or T2, is a gun-shooting video game based on the film of the same name, produced by Midway Manufacturing Company for video arcades. Developed in tandem with the movie, several actors from the film reprised their roles for the game and are featured as part of the game's photorealistic digitized graphics. I definitely have had memorable moments with this game, as you can see, and it brings me right into the movie. And finally, we have Sunset Riders, a side-scrolling run-and-gun video game developed and released by Konami as a coin-operated video game on the JAMA arcade platform. The game is set in the American Old West, where the players take control of a bounty hunter who is seeking the reward offered for various criminals. Home console versions of Sunset Riders were released for the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis in 1992, and for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System in 1993. You choose from 4 bounty hunters: Steve, Billy Cool, Bob, and Cormano Wild, who are out to claim rewards offered for eliminating the most wanted outlaws in the West.
I mean, I know I didn't cover every single game from 1991, but I just wanted to cover a few of them that meant a lot to me when I was a kid. I mean, 91 was a good year, and those are memories that I'll never forget. And I'd also like to thank you guys for joining me on this time travel journey. It's been a blast. But until then, Virtual Wizard is signing off, and make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below if I missed any games from that year. I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Keep gaming on.